This is Cliff Matias. I'm the international president of RedRum Motorcycle Club, and I'm here chatting with Stacks.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got Cliff.
The club is native based, right? But what we try to do is when people show an interest in the club, we try and connect them to the understanding of their indigenous roots and what they, you know. So in Morocco, the indigenous people are Berbers, So we have a lot of Berbers in the club who are connected to their ancestry and their traditional ways, and that's what we try to encourage. Even our European guys, like connect to your ancestors, connect to the land, connect to who those people that and even if Americans are really quick to not really understand their traditional roots, especially when they come from European countries, right? And I always encourage them, man, go back to your homeland for a visit. Walk on the earth that your ancestors are buried on. It's a powerful feeling, and that's really what the mindset of the club. And of course we have traditional indigenous chapters on reservations, and the guys are, and we have chiefs, treaty chiefs in the club, tribal chiefs in the club, elders, medicine people in Europe, in Thailand too, like the indigenous guys in Thailand connecting to their ancestry, connecting. So the club encourages that sort of starts that movement. So we just started in the Philippines, so we have our guys there, connected to their ancestry, their roots. Our guys in Australia and in New Zealand, and so it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing when people connect to the earth.
Are you the first native club?
No, no, there were other clubs before us.
But you're the pretty much the well-known. Are you the biggest one in the world?
I mean, we're the biggest one. We got the most chapters. I mean, not as if that's important. I mean, sometimes everybody needs a title, right? So sometimes people will say, "Oh, the biggest indigenous club in the world," and sometimes even
That's a huge accomplishment, though.
yeah. I mean, biggest isn't always, I mean, I hate to compete and go biggest, best, to me, and I don't even want to be the best. I want to be the best for us. I don't compete with anybody. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I don't believe in, like, if I want to build the biggest house, I have to knock down the other houses. God bless all the other native clubs, small or big or whatever they're doing. Everybody has a place. Some guys will join us, some guys will join them, some guys and so I never want to have that competition with other people doing. I don't care what anyone else does. I don't go on other clubs pages. I don't look at what other clubs do. I don't look at people hating on me. I don't care what anybody does.
Do you do
I'm
patch
just
overs?
No. We don't. If you're from another club and you want to join us, you have to prospect like any. We don't believe in patch overs. We do not patch over, guys. If you want to join, then you have to know about our mission. We have to know about it. It's for the benefit of who you are, right? Like, you're going to join our club, we patch you in. Do you know the guys in Morocco or Spain? Someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, man, I know one of your brothers in Spain." And even though you might know him not personally, but if you're in the club, you might chatted with him or Facebooked with him, or are you going to learn the mission of the club or what the club's about in a couple days? So for us, we don't do patch-ins. We will take a group of guys and we've had guys that used to, we have chapters in Southeast Asia that were all ex 1% clubs one of them closed there, and the guys were looking for something else, and they came on board here. And then when we got rid of our diamonds, I thought those guys would be complaining. They'd be the number one. They were like, "Who cares, man? We love it. We love the arrowhead and put it on."
It's a unique
So
thing. I think it's a
yeah, I mean,
unique
yeah, I
thing.
mean, there's other native clubs who have it, but it's funny
But they
what.
don't have the 13 and a half.
No, I mean, plenty of clubs have copied the 13 and a half that we created. The only two clubs, the original, well, the original origin story, creation story of it are Legion of Doom and Red Rum. Uh, but there are plenty of clubs who just copied it and threw it on. I could never do that because anything I put on, I have to have a connection to. And the only thing that we really did that didn't have a real connection to, of course, was the diamond shape, right? We just because other clubs had done it, and we so I was guilty of that too. So I should have changed it when I changed, because the beginning of the club, was the idea of the club was sort of like a dream that I had, So if you look at, I don't know if you can see it here. So if you look at here, there's 7 stars, and these 7 stars, is that showing through? Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So these 7 stars represent the 7 generations. Um,
yeah.
and so, the 7 generations, and the 4 stars here, these represent the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 things that grow, the 4 races of man. These are peace signs. Like, always try to live in peace first. These 4 colors represent the directions, and also the original races of man on the planet. Eagle feathers remind us that there's always a spirit above us. This is kind of an abstract earth, but also the reminder of how we live and what we do and how it returns to us. And 3 is a powerful number, man. 3 is a very powerful number in the universe, and also how we move in our lives. And in the old days in New York, right, you could hang out on the corner with one guy, you could hang out on the corner with 2 guys, but the minute there's 3 guys, that's considered illegal assembly, right? So the cops can come over and throw you off the corner.
Yeah.
So always remember that. So 3 is a significant number. So we use 3, and then we have 3 parts of our handshake. One for me, one for you, one for all our brothers. And so whenever we greet each other, we shake for our brothers who aren't even there.
So, what do you guys got in store for the future? What's this in store for the future of you and your club?
Just having a good time, man. Just trying to enjoy riding motorcycles, creating good events like our event we do in Sturgis, the Veteran Warrior Ride. It's a beautiful ride that we do, and we partner with other nonprofits that are doing work, and uh, that's great. That's part of our mission. Our mission is to to work within the indigenous communities, and and in communities in general. And that's just what we want to continue doing. I'm not trying to be anything special, or we just want to. I mean, of course, Jason is a member, right? Jason Momoa is a member, so people are like, "Oh, RedRum, RedRum." I mean, we're blessed that he wants to be part of this, because the club is probably one of the few things in his life that he does that is just out of joy, right? Everything is working, or his band, or his, or family, but
Movies.
movies, and so he loves being a member. He can only do what he can do,
How
but
did he even get introduced to the club?
well, we have the same auntie. This our Auntie Pua, who's a very powerful spiritual leader. She's my auntie and his auntie, and she's one of the leaders of the Mauna Kea movement in Hawaii, fighting for against the telescope. And Jason, you as much as Jason is, everybody, Auntie Pua doesn't. Uh, Auntie Pua shakes the earth no matter who's around. You know what I mean? Like, she's that powerful of a woman. Whether you're Jason Momoa, or a meek child. Well, I'm just saying, it was someone. I'm not using a good analogy, but nonetheless, she's unwavered by anybody. I mean, Janet Jackson, trembles in her presence as far as like her power.
Yeah.
Um, and she has so many followers and famous people who follow her and ask her for guidance, like famous movie stars, and she's unfazed by any of it. And so she's my auntie, and she's the auntie of the club. She's our grandmother. She guides us, and sometimes when I'm out of line, sometimes I'll make a post, and she'll send me a message like, "Cliff, I don't know if you should say that," and straighten me out. And I think you need that. You need elders wise elders, to guide you, because I'm still a man. I still have my moments of anger and frustration, right? Like any man in this day and age, and sometimes you need someone to check you. So Auntie Pua is my auntie and Jason's auntie, and she came to Jason and was like, "Hey, you should join Red Rum," and he checked it out and he just called me one day and he was like, "Hey, man, tell me about the club." And I was driving and we bullshit for like an hour and a half. He was definitely interested. He was up in Canada with filming during the pandemic. He was stuck up there. And so our leadership in Canada went to hang out in his house and hung out with him a bunch of times. And did he prospect like regular prospects? No, absolutely not.
You
But
didn't wash bikes and
no, no. But we have a 6 month minimum prospect period, and he never put his patches on until 6 months, and did something huge for the club during his prospect phase that really really helped the club. So he put in work, and he's put in work numerous times that we've asked him for something, or he's put in work in the club and donated water when he had his water, Mauna Lua water. I think, I mean, he still has it, but he's donated for the rides, for the Sturgis ride, and he's done what he can. He's
yeah.
very very busy. You're only hot in Hollywood for so long, and he's right now he's hot, and so he's got to work and do all the things that he's got to do and all the commitments that he has. And he's a good dude. He's a generous, caring man, and he loves motorcycles. A hardcore biker, like rides to work in the mornings sometimes, like 25, 30 miles at 6 a.m. and it's freezing, and he could be sitting in a black car, and he's on his bike kickstarting it in the morning, because he just loves to ride. So
Well, he's a good representation of the club, and I see all the work you guys are doing for the indigenous women that have gone missing and the murdered women out there. And I think it's New Mexico, or
yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's a
yeah.
pandemic everywhere. Our brothers in Canada, we have a bunch of chapters in Canada, and those guys are really connected to the work that's happening there. And yeah, we try to do as the best that we can, with the resources that we can. That's really all we can do is just keep striving, keep working hard to get the mission and idea of the club out, and continue the work.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you taking the time for me.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. I really appreciate, like I said, the work that you do, and giving some positive outlet into this motorcycle culture, that we're in. It's definitely a beautiful thing. There's a lot of hiccups along and bumps along the road that we all have to navigate, but I think that you and some of the other guys that are in this and doing podcasts are doing the best, and I appreciate it.
If
Thank
you
you, bro.
like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, do man, start your own podcast. Peace. Thanks, man.